I think I may have delivered Helen Hunt to you. Because as she was considering the show, I think she had the offer on it. I found myself doing a short film that she was producing and she was in, and we were having lunch.
Never heard this.
And she said, would I like doing a sitcom? I said, well, what's a sitcom? She said, well, it's Paul Reiser. And I went, yeah. What is it, a audience? She said, yeah. I said, it's the best job you're ever going to have. Are you on the writing team? She said, I don't know. No. I said, it's the best job you're ever going to have. Why wouldn't you do it? Is it ensemble? She said, well, it's two-hander. I went, with Paul? Of course. Well, of course do it.
So thanks. Well, she was starting at that, it was 92, and she was starting to get some heat in movies. She worked as a teenager and done a lot of teen movies, and she was really on a roll. And I met her because my wife and they had a mutual friend, and we met at a little dinner party, and I went, while I was writing it, I'm going, and she doesn't look like my wife, was not at all what I was picturing.
Right.
But I left going, she's really intriguing. She's funny. She's lovely. She's just the right amount of goofy and neurotic, just the perfect amount. And I remember I turned to Paula and I said, what do you think of her as you? She went, it'll be good. But Helen's fear was that it was, going to be the wife in Welcome Back, Kotter.
Yeah.
Did you
ever hear the one about?
Yeah, and I'll do the joke and go, oh, honey. We were so she came to my house. She had read the script, and then I said, well, let's read it together. And then at that very first meeting, before she had even said yes, we talked about. I said, well, I want to do a show. We have to do, we have somewhere in this relationship story. One of them has to have an affair or the threat of an affair. And I said, and I forget who said it first, but we each had the same idea. Like, we'll have to do one shot. How about a whole episode of one shot? And we're like, yes. And we tried. It wasn't until year 5 that we found a story that could do that. But we had the same show in mind. Thanks for pushing her over the fence.
No, listen, it was just kismet